In this lecture, we will learn about the adapter design pattern and how to implement it in Python. The adapter design pattern is a structural design pattern. It is used to convert one interface into another interface. It allows classes with incompatible interfaces to work together. The adapter pattern wraps an existing class with a new interface. For example, we can use it to match an old component to a new system. If the client expects an object of a certain type, adapter lets an incompatible object work with the class. When do we use the adapter pattern? We use this when we want to use some existing class, but its interface isn't compatible with the rest of your code. We can use it when we have several existing subclasses that lack some common functionality that can't be added to the superclass. Here are the pros and cons of the adapter design pattern. On the plus side, adapter follows the single responsibility principle. It also allows you to introduce new types of adapters into the program without breaking existing client code. The drawback of adapter is that the complexity of the code increases because you need to introduce a new set of interfaces and classes. Let's learn how to implement the adapter design pattern in Python. We will start out by creating a class named adaptee. Inside of this class, we will define a getRequest function that takes in one parameter named self. Inside of this function, we will return the string request from the client. Then we will create a class named target. Inside of this class, we will define a request function that takes in the self parameter. Inside of this function, we will use the pass keyword. Next, we will create a class named adapter that extends the target class. Inside of this class, we will implement the init function that takes in two parameters, self and adaptee. Inside of init, we will set self.adaptee equal to adaptee. Then we will create a function named request that takes in the self parameter. Inside of this function, we will return this is, and then concatenate that string to self.adaptee.getRequest. Time to test our code. We will create a variable named adaptee that is set to an adaptee object. Then we will create a variable named target, which we will set to an adapter object with adaptee passed in. Finally, we will print target.request to the console. When we run the code, you will notice the statement "this is request from the client" was printed, meaning that our code worked. In the next lecture, we will learn about the bridge design pattern and how to implement it in Python.